G'day, everyone. I'm just following up on the Gary the Goat political thing. Why am I doing this? The last 5 posts, I've just been throwing it out there, talking about left and right wing politics. I've sort of been in the past left, and I'm just delving into the right with an open mind and discussing it. And I think the fact that I've got a Japanese partner and half Japanese kid has definitely saved me from people calling me racist, because obviously I'm not. But a lot of people calling me dumb, fucking names, idiot, bellend, moron, all this shit, which I don't deny, but I'm just on some issues, but I'm really just trying to get opinions here. And what I'm distilling from all this, as my YouTube channel just fucking goes down, but people writing more comments, cheers everyone, especially from both sides of the thing, is I've been trying to essentially work out now what is the difference between left and right-wing people. Now, in the media, basically portrays it as the stereotypes of the Antifa and the Nazis. And we're sort of, most of us, just about all of us are in the middle going, fucking, as one guy wrote, we're not represented at all, and we're just polarized. And so I'm exploring the right wing at the moment, and I've realised that what's pushed so many people to the right, liberal thinking people to the right, despite the media not changing their tune either to reflect the market, is two things. It's identity politics and freedom of speech has not been championed by the left. But they've got no bogeyman like the Hitler thing associated with the left. It's just like, oh yeah, a whole lot of people want to share, but it's just being funded by unlimited fiat money just being pumped in the system. And a lot of people are realising that the end result of identity politics is what every government party, government institution, educational institution has got an exact ratio of women, gay people, black people, Hispanics, everything on the rainbow represented in every department, and then plus an administration which needs to run all this, which has also got the same affirmative action. There is no end to this, to the point where it's just completely fucking ridiculous. And most people get this. On the left as well, there's not, on my post, there's not many people going, yeah, I agree in this affirmative action. It's pretty well no. And on the left, they agree in principle to freedom of speech, definitely. There's a few blind spots where you go, oh, I don't like this, therefore I should be cut down, but I believe in freedom of speech. But essentially, freedom of speech is acknowledged by the left. So what is essentially the difference? I can really only talk about my experiences of swapping from the left to the right. I'll tell you a story. Fuck it. Sorry, I got a bit of a cold at the moment. I was doing a gig out the back blocks of the wheat belt in WA 10 years ago. It was just before Gary. I was just going around by myself doing these gigs for years. I loved it. It was just so free. I had no responsibilities or anything to go anything except my own self, and just fucking trying to make people laugh and get enough money to get to the next town without being arrested. And I'm doing a gig, and I'm in this pub, and there's about 10 people, and usually in my gig I flirt real heavily with women that are older. You can, like, with the whole, this is before the Me Too, but it was obvious back then, if you flirt with a woman your own age or below too heavily, there's legal consequences now if you get it wrong, i.e. she doesn't like it. Now, but the older they go, you can just give it to them because they fucking love the attention. Women over 40. I've been to mine sites where I go, what do you think of all this political correctness? And they're basically, talk to the women there, they're just, the general consensus of the older women is, it's just boring now. The guys are just too scared to flirt. I mean, let's get to the point where some feminists are basically saying if a man has an erection when he's having sex with a woman, it's technically classified as rape. It's just getting beyond fucking. That was a quote from Jordan Peterson, actually. How good is that guy? Fucking watch his videos before you go to sleep. Just Google him and watch one. Unbelievable. So this identity politics and the freedom of speech. So what is the difference? And in my last post, I basically said, I think the difference is whether the left or the right wing believe in a deep state, a shadow government behind the governments, and and the businesses, the big businesses, and the alternate right are definitely firmly in belief of that. They think, and then the end point is the Federal Reserve, the central banks. It's, and they're not calling them Jewish or lizards or anything. I don't believe they're any religion or alien race or anything. It's just whoever does it, it surely does not believe in God. And I don't even believe in God. I just can't comprehend how anyone could do this, just create money and create this debt slavery. But what I've noticed with the left, it's like, oh no, the conspiracy is just limited to mainstream media and big business. It's like, mainstream media. Did you read the New York Times last year, just before Trump got in? Like, they just, everything and all the press was just going, he's got no chance, and then he wins. How's the mainstream media right wing even now? Like, there's a few, but like even Facebook's come under criticism because it gives out information to the Trump campaign. But in the Facebook feed, the news, who's ever seen a positive news feed for Trump? So the social media's got, and where do I come in? Why am I interested? Because at the peak of Gary the Goat, when I was really cooking with the videos, and I was just going up by 10,000 a day, I was trying to get money for what I did, and I realised these middle companies just take you, and I either had to go to an agent or employ people to deal with the monetization. And it was like, why can't I just get directly paid? I don't have to employ anyone else. And the comments coming back, what's really interested me was a lot of people were, like, a few people donated, but I got a lot of people really up in arms about how dare you ask for this. And a lot of people were accusing me of being a socialist because of it. I was like, which was really interesting. Obviously, capitalist, because I was saying it in a derogatory way, but I'm sort of thinking, what's more capitalist than giving a product or service, a video, and then saying to the people who use it, if you want to give me money, give it to me. And it's also socialist, like, here it is for free. So they're basically just seeing it as socialist, and other people see me as a beggar. So it didn't really work. So I got into this free market capitalism, where is it? And then I started going back to gigs, which reduced my ability to make videos all the time. And then while I was doing this, the cops are shutting me down, going to the gigs and shutting me down. No reason. They couldn't get me. And this is after they've taken me to court 2 or 3 times for stuff that just completely wasted my time. So I felt this, I don't know, it might have been a coincidence, but I felt pretty well fucking harassed. And I thought, well, fuck it, rather than being one of these people who just complains and goes, oh, in paranoid, I thought, fuck it, I'll start the Gary the Goat Party, and it just stands for unregulated, just unregulation. You know what I mean? Do free market capitalism, make our own currency, a finite currency, and just go for it. And whether it's true or not, Asia shut me down, and then when I got, and I don't know if anyone remembers this, but I was talking about it for quite a lot, and then when they shut me down, as in they infiltrated my admin, came to me and said they were helping. I worked out they were from Asia, they were in Canberra, they couldn't give me the numbers, they admitted it at the end, and then they derailed it at the end. And then I just said, fuck it, put Gary the Goat on the ballot paper, and I'm getting people, scrutineers going, you've got 10% of the vote. So I thought, I mightn't be the most brightest tool in the box or experience, especially with concern to politics, but I had a definite angle into politics, and I wanted to open it up as a decentralised party where I took everyone's opinion, as you can hear on these pages, left, right, middle, and everything, and just work out what the fuck's going on. So I'm just trying to potentially do that still. In the next election, I need some admin help, but I need a few people to do it, so it's decentralised. So if someone's infiltrated it, because it's pretty serious. If someone like me can get in, then they obviously don't like it, and they've suppressed me in every way. Really, just the main thing is just demonetize you and just tie you up with legal battles. I don't know how these big business people keep on top of it, because they go through it all the time. But I definitely haven't got the money to fucking pay the accountants and lawyers and all the admin to do that. I just wanted to do goat videos, but the more I did it, the less I could do it. So you're contrasting that against people going, why don't you do it? Why don't you just get another goat Jimbo? Like, I ran down all my savings, most of my partner's savings, and got really famous. But There's no way I could do it again with Kevin. It's unless I make some money out of this Gary movie, which I'm hoping people will pay for if I somehow get it up. I've still got another 2-3 months of editing to get into Final Cut Pro. If anyone's out there who knows how to work Final Cut Pro, I need some help on how to just marry up edits. And plus, I've got to keep the security on it. If I give it to someone else to do, they can just put it on the net and it's all gone. So, despite the fact that the chips are down, I've always been a pretty positive guy. Like I sort of look at myself now and just go, mate, there's not a lot going right for you at the moment, but I'm sort of positive. So it's kind of like, is my positive attitude just a fucking mental illness? I mean, it's just habit really. But I'm going for the fire, and that's this political thing. And I think that it's pretty clear that mainstream media and the big companies are in cahoots, but there's powers behind that are just feeding them with fucking money, man. And we've just got to get to the money creators, and who can just create it out of thin air. And it's like the left is slowly going to realise that, and when they do, man, it's dangerous time, because if the left and the right come together in the form of a party, which could be mine or someone else's, but whoever it is, and then takes this on openly and honestly. Trump's, I think, doing an amazing job. He's doing it completely different to me. I'd just go in there and go, fuck, we're auditing the Federal Reserve, and probably get shot if I was in his position. But he's I don't know how the fuck he's dealing what he's doing at the moment. But the main criticism of Trump is, he's just doing it for money and fame. Like, if anyone who thinks you're just doing it for money and fame, something like that, at 70 years old, obviously hasn't had much money or fame, because it's very fleeting. Like, when I became famous, it was like, fuck, after 20 years of doing this, suddenly people recognised me on the street and everything, and it was nice and stuff, But pretty soon you realise you had to deal with, you felt like being devoured by people who wanted your attention, and but essentially just want to be friends with you. And I'm sort of like going, it's cool you want to be friends, but can you be friends with some cunt down the road who's fucking probably got no friends? Not me. My plate's pretty full at the moment. And so when it comes down to practical help, I've found it hard. I actually need help more than money at the moment. I need help with the editing of Final Cut Pro and administration for the Gary the Goat party. So that's what I want to say is, how long is it going to be for the left just to give up the idea that their idea of deep state is no more shallower than mainstream media and a conglomerate of big companies who basically just, you get, the medical industry is the classic one. From my research into it, it's vertically integrated out of the oil business. Rockefeller in the 1800s, fucking the champion times of capitalism. So he's just, mate, that guy was a mongrel businessman, and he got to the stage where he just monopolised the oil business in America. So he used to just walk into offices in different states and just go, are you going to sell your business for this price, or am I going to bankrupt you? And they just go, okay, here's my business. American public didn't like it when he had a monopoly, because it wasn't very true to capitalism, of competition. And then his reputation was going down, so he looked into vertically integrated. He had the whole oil business, and he looked into who gets the most profit from his oil products, and he'll buy into that business. And he worked it out to be the emerging modern medicine with the drugs. They were all oil-based with the surgeries and the drugs. So moved into that, bought out the American Medical Association. So at that time, homeopathy, natural herbs, and modern medicine were about on par. The American Medical Association promoted them both, all of them evenly. And he moved in, bought out the American Medical Association, which was bankrupt, and then just said, right, we're just going to do modern medicine. And then he had massive, and this guy was richer than anyone in history per capita. This guy was fucking loaded. And percentage-wise, bought out all the politicians to promote it, bought out the press, just fed them, you do this, any other medicine, a snakeskin salesman, and all of a sudden, perception changed in the public that modern medicine was the way to go. Allopathic medicine, where you just wipe out symptoms and don't go for the cure, which I think's really good, especially in extreme cases, but as a 100% thing, and it's just completely ridiculous. So he just gained a complete monopoly on it, and and he presented it as he was a philanthropist. He was going into it Bill Gates style to help people. So, and then 20 years later he died at 97, and having really only been to a naturopath all his life when he was sick. He was just a clean living guy. So that was the irony. He didn't actually practice what his business preached. So this is what I'm talking about. When a business gets so big, an industry, it goes, well, I'm just going to pay off the government, give them heaps of money to ban competition. And that's really the type of deep state stuff that is happening on a business level. But what is funding this is, Rockefeller was on the board of the 1930 Federal Reserve takeover when it was privatised. Federal Reserve, which is we now owe $21 trillion to, is still privatised. Private people, illegal to audit them, and fuck knows how Trump's going to get there, but that's what he's going for. Whereas the left is just sort of going, we're not into identity politics. Yeah, true. Freedom of speech, we just think it's mainstream media. No. And big business, no. It's got to be dig deeper. And when the left, is there anyone on the left who believes it's central banks? Because that's where the alternate right leads to. The far right more goes into a racial thing, but the alternate right, whereas the bulk of it, the holy grail of what they want Trump to do is a Federal Reserve, but they understand, it might take him 8 years to do this, and he might be smart enough to pull it off, and if he doesn't pull it off, I don't see anyone on the horizon having the skill and guts to fucking do it. There's no way at 70 he goes, I want to be president because I want more money and fame. Like, fuck, man. The amount of hate you get when you got a profile. Like, if you want more money and fame, you got no idea. I mean, fucking. Oh, look at this. I don't know if you can see this. And this is a recent comment on Facebook, just out of the blue. I get this all the time. As if anything Jimbo recommends is worth even looking into. Sad prick used and abused a goat and let it die in agony because he knew what he was doing. Jimbo, you are a piece of shit. I mean, it's like, it's just mind-blowing. I was like, how can you even write that? I mean, when you see the movie, you just see it was the most beautiful death. And just to write that is like, wow. You stick your thing out and you're getting so much hate and you demonetize, but I fucking love it, man, because it's what I want to fucking say. And the moment you go onto Facebook and your social media and you start doing content just to get attention, it's pretty fleeting, the satisfaction you get from it, if you get it. Something deeper is this big picture. So I really appreciate everyone on this page who's contributing to me. If anyone wants to help me set up this Gary the Goat party or wants to do it in another country, we've got to fucking move soon, because with this identity politics, it's clear they're changing the identity so as to shift the votes into the left, so that women, migrants, and anyone who's promoted as a victim just get bigger than. And it's not just white males who are going, I'm not a victim. It's a lot of people in the so-called victim minorities who are just going, this is fucking bullshit, the identity politics. It's an insult to us, man. Why do you judge someone on something that's got nothing to fucking do with you? Your skin colour, what religion you're born into, your sex, and why are all these things? I mean, we're told don't identify with your nationality, your skin colour and your sex, but we will when employing you. And anyone who goes against that, we'll put into fucking jail. I mean, if that's not as scary as the Nazis, what the fuck is, man? And most people don't agree with the Nazis or the communist Antifa thing at all. It's the people in the middle who have largely given up. The amount of people going, Jimbo, just give up, this is bullshit. It's like, fucking, you want to give up now? I've got a crack because of Gary the Goat. It might wane. If I get this movie out, it'll give it a bit of a thing, and we could have some fun next election. I'm not saying get in, but I definitely want to be on the ballot paper and introduce ideas like this, and I appreciate being able to just say this now and have people give me feedback so I can get better at it and get more ideas than just walking around the street and fucking kissing babies, because politicians have got to do a bit more than fucking that.